would rather live in truth.
I fear you may come to regret those words.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at the saddest deaths found in the God of War series. Even though it's mostly known for brutal and, in some cases, awesome deaths, the franchise still has a few that can tug at your heartstrings. As such, a spoiler warning is clearly in effect.
This is what hope delivers, child. You should learn that now.
But before we dive into it, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Calliope and Lysandra, God of War.
How much is enough, Kratos? When will it end?
When the glory of Sparta is known throughout the world.
Let's start with the series' inciting incident. After Kratos pledged his life to Ares so he could be victorious over his foes, the God of War repaid him by trying to turn him into the ultimate warrior. And someone of that skill needs no distractions from glory, which is how Ares viewed Kratos' wife and daughter. While having him attack a village loyal to Athena, Ares blinded Kratos with rage and bloodlust, tricking him into killing his own family. Even though it's something everyone knows about the character, it's still undeniably tragic, causing Kratos endless torment throughout the series. Adding insult to injury, the village's oracle then curses him to wear the ashes of his slain family on his skin, forever reminding him of what he had done.
His skin white with the ash of his dead family. The ghost of Sparta had been born.
Athena, God of War 2.
It is done. You have let go of that which made you mortal. Your ties to this world are severed.
Although it's easy to see why Kratos has a distaste for most gods in the Greek pantheon, one he was actually quite fond of, or as close to fond as Greek-era Kratos gets, was Athena. She attempted to guide Kratos as best as she could while still remaining loyal to her family. At the climax of God of War 2, Kratos comes close to killing Zeus, but since her father's death will bring the destruction of Olympus, she throws herself in front of Kratos' blade, taking a fatal wound. Since every other god in this era is worthy of being run through with a sword, Athena's death is quite sad, and with it being accidental on Kratos' part, you can feel his pain.
He brought this to himself.
Because of fear, Kratos. A fear felt by his father, Kronos. A fear that wrought the great war. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you.
Callisto, God of War, Ghost of Sparta.
How I have missed you, Kratos.
What treachery is this?
It was quickly established that the earlier games would hold no happiness nor family for Kratos. Ghost of Sparta follows him as he digs into his past, with visions leading him to Atlantis during the beginning of the game. There, he finds his mother, Callisto, trapped and cursed by the gods. The nature of the curse reveals itself when Callisto tries to tell Kratos about his mysterious father. She transforms into a monster, which Kratos is then forced to battle and kill. While his mother does finally feel at peace, Kratos obviously doesn't. Forcing him to murder his own mother in defense is a nasty trick, and another in a long list of tragedies brought upon him by the gods.
Finally, I am free.
Thor, God of War, Ragnarok.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person.
Granted, you could argue that the God of Thunder had it coming. Thor murdered a lot of innocent giants and was pretty gung-ho about killing anyone else Odin told him to. But one of the main themes of the Norse duology is that anyone can change, despite their past horrid actions. During their second fight, Kratos implores Thor to be better for the sake of their children. And although it takes some convincing, it works. Thor finds peace with his enemy, signaling a greater change. And right after this happens, he's murdered by Odin for disobeying him, right in front of his daughter, Thrud. He never gets the opportunity to grow given to him.
Dude, this was all their fault. They've done this to us, to our family.
Pandora, God of War 3.
How do you know of me?
You're the ghost of Sparta. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone is afraid of you.
Kratos is naturally haunted by the loss of his daughter Calliope throughout the Greek games. So when he comes across the young Pandora in God of War 3, neither he nor the player can help but make the connection between a grieving father and a lost child. The two travel together for a brief time, making it to the peak of Mount Olympus. It's here where the young girl must open Pandora's box so that Kratos can defeat Zeus. Sadly, this act will take her life, something that, despite leading to his vengeance, Kratos doesn't want to happen. In the end, vengeance wins out, and Kratos begins the fight against his father as Pandora willingly sacrifices herself. While the game doesn't give you much time to sit with it, the death of an innocent child is definitely emotional.
Don't fail her like you failed your family.
Freyr, God of War Ragnarok.
You know, I'd cut off your head, but it seems somebody beat me to it.
After making amends with Freya, Kratos and Atreus are introduced to her brother Freyr. The Vanir god of fertility is easy to like, being extremely protective and loving of his sister, and inspiring loyalty in the members of his resistance group. He cares for those around him, which is refreshing for a god in this series. Sadly, during the climax, as Asgard is being destroyed by Ragnarok, Freyr holds back the destruction as long as he can while others escape to safety, which ends up costing him his life. We're sad to say goodbye to Freyr, and even sadder for Freya, who only just recently came to terms with the death of her son Baldur from the previous game.
What?
You have to go.
Freya! It's time.
Deimos, God of War, Ghost of Sparta.
Whoever controlled the marked war controlled the fate of Olympus.
With her dying breath, Kratos' mother tells him to seek out his long-lost brother Deimos, who has honestly led a pretty miserable existence. Kidnapped as a child by Ares, Deimos was taken to Death's domain, where he's been held captive and tortured until Kratos finds him towards the end of the game. Deimos holds a serious grudge against Kratos for not saving him, but after their fight, the two brothers join forces to take down the real enemy, Thanatos. Unfortunately, Deimos barely has time to get used to freedom before Thanatos slams him into a wall, killing him. It's hard not to feel sorry for Kratos during a lot of moments, and losing his brother so soon after reuniting is a major one. Fenrir, God of War Ragnarok. Okay, we know his soul is put into the body of Garm, a gigantic, vicious hound in Helheim, later in the game. That doesn't change the fact that the opening death of Fenrir in Ragnarok is an absolute punch to the gut. After escaping Freya's wrath, Atreus is forced to say goodbye to his canine friend, who is deathly ill. Everything about this scene is pitiful, especially watching Fenrir fail to keep food down. Sunny Soljic does a great job conveying Atreus' grief in this moment, something the character isn't even allowed to sit with for long because Kratos beckons him to train for a war they're not ready for. It's a dire, yet emotionally impactful way to begin the game.
Sit. Oh, is this possible?
Orcos, God of War Ascension.
Your mind is troubled. Your skills are still without equal.
Do you have business with me?
Kratos never gets the chance to have many friends, and that's especially the case during the Greek era. The prequel, Ascension, gives us one of those rare cases in Orcos, son of Ares and the Fury, Alecto. Orcos feels sorry for Kratos, held and tortured for breaking his oath to Ares after what the God of War did to him. He helps him escape and aids him in defeating the Furies over the course of the game. Sadly, Orcos knows that Kratos can never be free of Ares so long as he lives, since he is the oath keeper between the two. He asks Kratos to kill him so that they can both be free of his father, which Kratos, sadly, obliges.
With the death of Orcos, the blood oath to Ares was finally broken, and the painful truth rushed back to Kratos' mind.
Brok, god of war, Ragnarok.
Say, you must be smart or something, boy. You're a boy, aren't you? Ha!
This may not be ranked, but we doubt there's a single death in the series that can touch the immense sorrow that comes with Brok's. The blacksmith made a great impression during the 2018 game, being a hilariously foul-mouthed yet helpful ally. He continues stealing every scene he's in during the events of Ragnarok, until Odin reveals he's been disguised as Tyr the whole time and stabs him out of frustration when Brok begins questioning him. This caught everyone by surprise, and as Brok breathed his last in his brother's arms, the group dynamic was left with a huge hole. This was made even sadder with the knowledge that, due to events that occurred before the games, Brok was left with an incomplete soul, and as such, he couldn't enter an afterlife.
I love you, Brok.
Which God of War death emotionally shattered you? Share your pain in the comments, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great gaming videos every day.